Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm bringing you a bit of a different video, something I don't usually do or like to do, and that is ranting. But I'm just really passionate about this right now. I just watched Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens last night, and I have to say, it's actually not a bad movie. I do enjoy The Force Awakens to an extent. However, it reminded me on how much I strongly dislike the sequel trilogy. I don't want to say hate, because there are some things I actually do like about it. But I just kind of wanted to talk about the three movies, what I liked about them, what I didn't like, and just give my take, because I realize I've never really done that on the channel. I've just said I've disliked them, but why do I dislike them? Starting out The Force Awakens, there's actually not a ton bad for me to say. I mean, it's just a carbon copy of A New Hope. You know, Rey is Luke Skywalker, Han Solo is Han Solo, actually, Han Solo is more like Ben, old Ben, and Poe or Finn is more like Han Solo, I suppose, is the best way to put it, because, you know, Han Solo dies, Ben dies, Rey is Luke, I guess, kind of, Finn leaves and then comes back, so he's kind of like Han Solo, and then, of course, you know, Kylo Ren is Darth Vader, and then just the whole movie being kind of, like, very similar plot-wise with, you know, the droid and the plans to the secret base. Or not the plans to the secret base, the plans to where Luke Skywalker is. It's just very much so inspired, but in a good way. I think they actually nailed that aspect of the movie. Additionally, stuff like the effects, the acting, all that's actually excellent throughout the whole entire trilogy, but The Force Awakens especially. I don't want to stay too long on The Force Awakens, but there's only really two things I disliked about the movie. One is how easily Kylo Ren loses to Finn and Rey at the end of the movie. I mean, I know he was a little injured, but I think it's just stupid how he lost, especially to Finn. Like, he should not have lost to Finn. I get Rey to an extent, because it's like, oh, she's the most powerful being in the galaxy at the time. It's probably more powerful than Anakin, but that's a rant for a different video. I just really, that always bothered me, because, like, he had proper training in both the Jedi and Sith, while Rey and Finn had no training whatsoever. Like I said, for the most part, I enjoyed The Force Awakens. If you go watch my ranking every Star Wars movie video, I put The Force Awakens in B tier. I definitely enjoyed the movie. Now, it has been a while since I've watched The Last Jedi. I've only seen The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker twice. You know, I remember seeing The Force Awakens in theaters, so that's kind of my new hope. I did want to mention that, but these next two movies I did not see in theater, and I'm kind of glad, because they're garbage. I don't enjoy them, especially The Last Jedi. Let's start about what I liked about The Last Jedi, because there's only really two things I enjoyed about the movie. One, it's under 3 hours, so it's not like a super long movie, and two, the effects, the acting, all that's actually good. I really did enjoy that. Pretty much everything else I didn't like. I didn't like the way they treated the characters, specifically Luke and Leia. Let's start with Luke. Luke is nothing like how he was in the original trilogy. He actually degressed as a character to a point that is worse than he was in the original trilogy when it started. He is not wise, he is not kind, he's not caring, he's weak. He's just a terrible character, and it pains me to see that. I'll quote from Mark Hamill: "That's not my Luke Skywalker," because it's not my Luke Skywalker either. I grew up with Luke. He's a very important character to me, one of the most important. I looked up to Luke, and so seeing that happen to him definitely left a sour taste in my mouth. Additionally, I think Leia was terrible as well, for one simple fact. Carrie Fisher died during the filming of that movie. I believe she died in 2016, and they had a perfect opportunity to kill her off. You know, Leia, I forget the exact, like, specifics of the scene, but, like, Leia was floating in space after a ship got blown up or something, and it was like, oh, a nice, peaceful, respectful death. And what do? She uses the Force, comes back to life, uses the Force, drags herself into the ship, and lives. And then, in Rise of Skywalker, she basically sits dormant for half the movie and then dies. I hate that. It made me so ticked off, guys. You don't even understand. That might have messed me up more than Luke, because I think that's just disrespectful to Carrie Fisher, more so than anything. And then the whole subplot with, like, Snoke in that movie is really weird. I don't like Snoke in that movie. I thought he was really cool in The Force Awakens. He's this mysterious being. It just kind of gets ruined in that movie. And of course, the whole, like, Reylo thing, I'm not really a fan of that ship, even though it's, you know, canon. I always thought that, you know, Finn and Rey made more sense, especially that's what they were leaning to in The Force Awakens. Like I said, I don't want to rant on too long, I don't want to just be all negative, so let's move on to the third and final movie, The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I do think this movie is an overall improvement over The Last Jedi, but it's not like a huge improvement. It's like taking a pile of dog poop and then taking a slightly smaller pile of dog poop and putting a flower on top. You know, it's still dog poop at the end of the day. And let's start off again with what I like about this movie. I think it has excellent sound design, excellent filmography, excellent videography, excellent effects. That part is all good. Additionally, they brought back Lando, and they did him really well. I actually really liked Lando. He was a good character. I really don't have anything bad to say about that. I enjoyed him. Now, I didn't actually touch on Rose in The Last Jedi. She was also in this movie. She annoys me in both movies, to be honest with you, but I don't absolutely hate Rose like some people do. I thought her actress did a good job, but definitely not a great character, and I find her just as close to as bad in this movie as in The Last Jedi, but I think The Last Jedi was so bad that Rose was kind of like the least of my concerns with the movie, so I kind of think of her more in this movie because this movie is just ever so slightly better. The fact they brought back Palpatine is also interesting. Like, I'm not opposed to it. They didn't do it in the worst way possible, but it's just really confusing on how they did it. Maybe it's because it's been a while since I've seen this movie. I might have only seen The Rise of Skywalker once when it came out, maybe twice. I have it on Blu-ray, so I probably should give it a rewatch. But I don't like how Kylo Ren dies at the end either. I thought that was kind of a counterintuitive. Apparently they originally were going to do like a series or a movie or something afterwards called like The Hunt for Ren, where they go find Kylo Ren because he actually was not dead. That would have been pretty cool. I think the thing I hate the most about Rise of Skywalker though is Rey. I don't actually hate the character Rey up until the end of this movie. Her being Palpatine's granddaughter, and then at the very end of the movie, she goes to Tatooine to, I forget what she was doing, burying the broken lightsaber of Anakin, I think it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but some old lady comes up and like, who are you? And she's like, I'm Rey Skywalker. It's like, shut up, girl. You're Rey Palpatine, A, and B, you don't deserve the Skywalker name, okay? That's reserved for the greats. You don't even have an arm missing. Like I said, guys, I don't want to be a heap of negativity, so I'm going to kind of cut the ranting off there. Disney could have done an even worse job, but they also could have done a 10 times better job. I like The Force Awakens, but, you know, Rise of Skywalker's like D tier, and Last Jedi is F tier for me. I don't care to ever watch that movie again. I know I will, just because, like, it's Star Wars and I will watch it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you want to see more kind of like commentary videos where I talk about something specific? I don't really have a script, I'm just kind of talking off the top of my head and relaying information to you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Like the video, subscribe, I'll have more lore videos and theories out soon, and may the Force be with you.